What if, right now, somewhere in the universe, a force was quietly moving toward us, one that could wipe out every trace of life on Earth in a single moment? Sounds impossible? Think again, because today, we're diving into 7 terrifying ways our planet could meet its end. Earth feels permanent, stable, safe, eternal. But in cosmic terms, we're just a tiny blue dot floating in a very hostile universe. And whether it's something we unleash ourselves, or something the cosmos throws at us, our planet faces constant threats, some we can predict, others we can only fear. From world-ending asteroids to the wrath of our own sun. These are the 7 things that could truly destroy Earth as we know it. Let's begin. Before one of them begins with us. 66 million years ago, a rock from space about 10 kilometers wide slammed into what's now Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The impact unleashed energy a billion times greater than the Hiroshima bomb, igniting forests, boiling oceans, and plunging the planet into darkness. That rock ended the age of the dinosaurs and made way for us. Now, imagine something bigger. Astronomers estimate over 25,000 near-Earth objects orbit dangerously close to us. Most are harmless, but it only takes one large enough to cause a global extinction event. If a 10-kilometer asteroid hit today, shock waves could level continents, and dust clouds could block sunlight for years. Photosynthesis would stop. Temperatures would plummet. Civilization would collapse within months. NASA's DART mission proved we can deflect small asteroids, but when it comes to planet killers, we'd likely see them coming and still be powerless to stop them. Below Yellowstone National Park lies a monster, a magma chamber large enough to fill the Grand Canyon several times. It hasn't erupted in 640,000 years, but when it does, it could hurl 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash into the sky. Imagine the sun dimming worldwide, crops failing, planes grounded, power grids shutting down, an instant volcanic winter. Scientists believe the last super-eruption nearly wiped out early human populations 74,000 years ago. Toba, Indonesia. The death toll wouldn't come from lava. It would come from famine, disease, and social collapse. And here's the chilling truth. Yellowstone is just one of about 20 known supervolcanoes on Earth. They don't erupt often, but when they do, they change everything. Space is beautiful, but it's also full of silent killers. A gamma-ray burst is the most powerful explosion known. The death scream of a massive star collapsing into a black hole. In just seconds, it releases more energy than our sun will produce in its entire lifetime. If one were aimed directly at Earth, even from thousands of light-years away, its radiation could strip away our ozone layer, letting lethal UV rays flood the planet. Within weeks, crops would die, ecosystems would collapse, and humans would burn under unfiltered sunlight. Astronomers believe one such event may have caused a mass extinction on Earth about 450 million years ago. We can't predict where the next one will happen, or if its deadly beam is already on its way. Somewhere in the Milky Way, invisible monsters are wandering, rogue black holes, drifting silently after their stars died. If one ever came near our solar system, its gravity could wreak havoc. First, it would distort planetary orbits. Earth could be flung into deep space, freezing in eternal night, or hurled toward the sun, burning instantly. Even if it passed at a safe distance, its gravitational pull could rain asteroids from the Oort cloud, triggering waves of impacts. There's no bright light, no warning. By the time we'd detect the disturbance, it would be far too late. In the grand scale of cosmic time, encounters like this are rare, but not impossible. And in a universe 13 billion years old, impossible things happen all the time. The sun gives us life, but it could also take it away. Every so often, it unleashes massive bursts of plasma and magnetic energy known as coronal mass ejections, CMES. The biggest one we know of, the 1859 Carrington event, fried telegraph wires and lit up skies with auroras visible near the equator. If a similar storm struck today, it could knock out satellites, GPS, internet, power grids, and destroy electronic infrastructure worldwide. No phones, no food distribution, no communication. Civilization could collapse in days. Worse, astronomers have observed even stronger solar flares on stars like our Sun. Superflares that could scorch entire atmospheres. If our star ever produced one that big, Earth's ozone layer could vanish, oceans could boil, and humanity would face extinction by our own parent star. We don't need the universe to kill us. We're doing a good job on our own. Climate change, deforestation, and pollution are pushing Earth's systems to the edge. Rising temperatures melt polar ice, release methane from permafrost, and disrupt ocean currents. Feedback loops that accelerate warming even more. Scientists warn of tipping points, irreversible thresholds that, once crossed, could send the planet into a runaway greenhouse effect, like Venus, where surface temperatures melt lead. Our oceans are dying. Coral reefs, which feed over 1 billion people, are bleaching away. Extreme droughts and floods displace millions every year. And if we continue on this path, within a few centuries, maybe less, Earth might not be destroyed physically, but it could become uninhabitable for us. The apocalypse might not come from space. It might come from within. When people imagine the end of the world, they often look to the stars. But the truth is, the most dangerous species in the universe may already live here. We've built weapons that can end civilization with a single order. A full-scale nuclear war could ignite firestorms across continents, sending soot into the stratosphere and blocking sunlight for years. A nuclear winter. Temperatures would plunge, crops would fail, billions would die. Then there's synthetic biology, the power to design new viruses or pathogens. In the wrong hands, or by accident, a lab-engineered pandemic could spread faster than we could ever contain. No asteroid required. And finally, artificial intelligence. We've created machines that already outperform humans in thinking, strategy, and self-learning. If an advanced AI were ever given control over critical systems, power grids, defense networks, communications, a single malfunction, or worse, a deliberate decision, could spell our end. Some experts call it the last invention humanity will ever make. Because if something smarter than us decides we're obsolete, who's to stop it? So what does this all mean? We're living on a fragile, floating rock surrounded by cosmic and human threats, with only a thin layer of atmosphere protecting everything we've ever known. The challenge isn't to avoid danger, it's to survive long enough and wise enough to outsmart it. Here's the surprising twist. Every single threat you've heard today is being studied right now. Astronomers track asteroids 24/7. Geologists monitor magma chambers beneath our feet. Physicists study solar cycles, while climate scientists model tipping points. Even AI safety experts and diplomats are racing to set global rules for technology that could outthink us. We're learning to predict the unpredictable. But the question is, will we act in time? History shows we only respond after disaster strikes. But some disasters you only get to experience once. Think of it like this. If the universe were a casino, Earth is a player sitting at a table, rolling dice every second. So far, we've been lucky. But luck always runs out. The odds may be low for any single threat. But over millions of years, something will happen. A superflare, a rogue rock, a war. And when it does, the question won't be if we could have stopped it. It'll be why we didn't try harder. The universe doesn't hate us. It's just indifferent. Earth isn't guaranteed survival. But humanity has something no other species ever had. Awareness. We can see danger coming. We can prepare. And maybe, just maybe, that awareness will be enough to save this fragile blue dot we call home. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out the channel to find more amazing and new videos.